We are back. How's that feel?
We are back.
How are you, sir? It's the Geek Out Freak Out podcast.
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I miss you.
Oh,
How's that feel?
Feels good.
I thought about that hoodie you're wearing right now too. Because I just have a pullover Star Wars hoodie. And I was wearing it while I was working the other day. And I was like, man, I wonder if I'm getting looks for wearing a Star Wars hoodie. And I was like, I need a cool Star Wars hoodie. And then I thought about yours. I was like, Matt has a cool Star Wars hoodie. I got a cool one. I got a cool Magneto hoodie, but it doesn't fit me anymore.
I'm gonna run my power cord a different way.
Is he?
Yeah.
You're going to run your power cord a different way.
I got it I don't have enough slack over here.
I'm going to stay silent in awe. I'm going to let everybody try to figure out the fuck is going on over here, you know?
It's going to work better over this way.
It will work better over that way.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, Matt.
So much better.
Oh, we had a long break.
Now it won't take down the whole system.
A long holiday break.
Holidays.
How was your Thanksgiving, sir?
Was that good?
Yeah? Still burping shit up.
Ginger ale.
Did you hear that?
No, it was good.
Yeah?
My brother came in from out of town, so it was good to see him.
Nice.
Him and his girlfriend were here, so it's fantastic. To see all my family, so that was good.
Cool.
And then
I saw the what's the word I'm looking for? The annual.
Oh, the Salgado.
Vintage Salgado sibling photo.
Yeah, we take 40 pictures out it's always every Thanksgiving we take.
And you always look pissed off, like you just don't want to be there.
I hate taking pictures.
I know.
Yeah. So
Evelyn's always normally your three siblings, especially your sister Sarah and your brother Jeremy, are normally posing like something silly.
Oh no, well we always do we do the outtake.
And you always just look like you are so
annoyed.
Over it.
Yeah. By the time we get to the outtake photo, quote unquote outtakes, I'm usually over it.
Yep. And I could always tell. I was like, I don't know if this is an act, like Matt's just done, or if he is actually just done.
I'm done. But it's always at the end of the day. It's always we're gonna leave, and they're like, "Oh, we have to take pictures." I'm like, "Of course, of course." Why can't we just take pictures as soon as I get here?
We were taking pictures. We were at a wedding yesterday, or last night, and we tried to get a random person offered to take pictures for the family. So they had Kim's phone, and they were taking pictures. It was the four of us, and then her friend Ashley in the picture. And I've got my arm around Ashley. I've got my arm around my daughter. And I'm trying to pull my daughter in close. And I guess I pulled her off of the chair. So as we're trying to take the picture, she's just falling and struggling to hold on. I was like, oh, shit. I'm so sorry.
No.
So I hope someone got a picture or something of that going down.
Father of the year.
Yep, exactly. Hey, I saved her the other day because we have higher up chairs in our dining room. And we were eating breakfast, and she fell off the chair, and I caught her by her arm and pulled it back up. Yeah. I was like, yes, I got this.
It's a 1-up.
So I made up for it.
So, you pulled her off a chair. Exactly. And you saved her from a chair.
I saved her from a chair.
So,
you're
a good dad. Father of the year.
One door opens, another one closes kind of thing.
You just don't close it on your daughter.
Yeah,
while
right.
she's walking through
I closed the door on my own fucking head. I didn't have anything to do with it. So, we're in New Mexico. Winds pick up
high winds.
Crazy in this state, especially the southern part of the state. Which is where we are. And I was working in Deming, which is about 4 hours away, and it's just flatland, so winds are bad there.
Yeah.
And I went to get in the car, and I'm taller, and I've got a car that sits real low. So as I sit, I kind of turn my head to get it clear the door jamb. As I do, I don't have my hand on the door, and the wind catches it and blows it into my eyebrow. Oh, I had such a headache for the rest of the day. I was so pissed off.
Yeah.
God, I was so mad.
That sucks.
Like, you're an idiot.
It doesn't matter how good of a day you had. That'll ruin it.
Oh, there was one day I was driving my stepdad's truck. He had a little Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
And I started to get something out of it. Or I started to walk off, and I was like, oh, I forgot something. And I went back to get something. And I opened the door, and as I whipped my head around, I slammed it into the B-pillar. I'm positive I gave myself a concussion. Because I was like...
Did you see stars?
I was nauseated. My head hurt. Everything was fucked up. And it was full force I had slammed my head into. I was like, you're an idiot.
Yeah. I've done a few of those.
I had that Daniel Bryan feeling. That just concussed CTE.
Daniel Bryan post Brock Lesnar match?
Yes. No, pre and post.
Yeah, I smacked my face on. I set up these 75-inch displays on these moving stands
at work.
Yeah, at work. And so I was pulling the serial tag, and this happened on Tuesday. I was pulling one of the tags on it because I was doing a warranty request.
Yeah.
And so they have these big metal handles, and everything on them is heavy duty because they're made to be moved around. So they're not plastic like a regular TV. They're metal.
Yeah.
So as I turned, I just like turned and I smacked my face right into like one of the side handles. And this is like first thing in the morning. And so I smacked myself and like I busted my lip open. And I'm like bleeding. And I was like, this is the best.
How long ago was this?
This was on Tuesday.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So my lips were already dry as it was because of the wind and it was cold. They were chapped. So that just made it even worse. And so
they're just brittle.
I could feel, I could feel like the blood in my mouth. I'm like, yeah, this is great. And so like I walk into the bathroom and I'm just like spitting blood up like a murder scene. And then all I can do was like put some like Carmex on him and that was it. I went to the nurse and I was like, fix me up, doc.
Give me stitches.
And she just goes, here's some Carmex. And I was like, thanks.
Thank you. Yeah. At our old house, it was right after I had shaved my head for the first time. And
right after you accepted it?
Yes.
You're just like,
well, then I buzzed it at least. Before I started taking a razor, I was at least taking clippers to it. And our old cat was getting into something, and I went to go smack him and knock him down. And we had like this bar, but above the bar, we had cabinets that were hanging. And I turned around to get up, and as I did, I caught the top of my head on the corner of those cabinets.
This is an episode about household injuries.
I like spin around and collapse in the floor.
Oh no!
And I'm holding my head, and my wife is dying laughing. She's like, "You idiot!" Blah blah blah.
Oh gosh!
And when she comes over, I move my hands, and there's blood all over my hands.
Oh
she's
my
like,
god!
Oh shit! And I like. Everything went. I didn't knock myself out, but everything went in black and stars and stuff. Like I hit it on the sweet spot, and it just because I had no cushion, no hair or anything, it just gouged. And she thought it was hilarious until she
saw the
realized
blood.
I'm bleeding. She's like, "Oh shit, are you okay?"
Yeah. Oh gosh, there's times like when I'm in our laundry room, like there's cabinets right above our washer and our dryer, and there's times like I put stuff in the washer, and as I'm coming up, like there's been like 3 times where I've nailed my head.
Oh, mine in this house
on an open door
in our bedroom, the door leading to our bedroom. On it, speaking of open door, this door is starting to sag a little. I just got to put in some longer screws, but it'll close about halfway. So there's been times in the morning like we're rushing. I'll start to walk in the room and I'll walk halfway in and say something, and it'll close halfway, and I'll turn around and I'll walk like nose dead on center of my face into the side of the door. And I've done it 3 times.
Oh man,
you're stupid.
Well, and then speaking of like walking to the door, my sister, she sleepwalks. My family has like a crazy history like with sleep problems.
Really?
Yeah. So my brothers and my sister both sleepwalk, and I just had like really bad. I just could not sleep for the longest time.
Like insomnia.
Yeah, just really bad insomnia. So, and it's all from like stems from my dad's side.
You ever had any issues with like sleep paralysis?
Yes, I get sleep paralysis.
Okay.
I still get that.
I talked to my wife about it, and she doesn't really understand because she hasn't gone through it.
So freaky.
It sucks. And mine always like it happens like I'll roll over and I'm laying on my chest with my arms underneath me, and I can't move enough to get my arms out.
One time that my tongue rolled behind.
Oh my god!
Rolled back, and I couldn't breathe, and I gasped, like I snapped out of it, gasping for air.
Holy shit!
And Pris had no idea what was happening. She just thought like something weird was happening. I was like, no, it was like for like the way I was sleeping, my head was back enough to where my tongue rolled back, and I could not move, and I woke up gasping for air. Like it was in my dream. I remember like I couldn't breathe. And I don't know if it just carried over, but it just was like I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything, and
holy shit!
And it's like you're in that in between mode, like you're in dream world and real, like reality, and you can't do anything. And all I knew was like my tongue was rolled back, and when I came, and it was still like that. It was really weird.
Well, what you were saying
my
about your sister?
When she was like 10, she was sleepwalking, and the door like moved as she walked by it. The door was open, and you know how sometimes like when you're walking by a door, that little bit of air just pushes it.
Yeah.
So the door like moved as she walked out, and when she walked back into her room, she just was walking. Of course, she's sleepwalking, so she's not gonna think the door is in the way. The door was like dead center, like open, like in the middle, and she just like went face first. And all you heard is like, or just like right in the middle of her face, and you just heard her crash and her screaming because she's freaking out and in pain.
Woke up to it.
Yeah, she's freaking out and in pain, and it just like was one of the crazy thing. They like wake up at 4 in the morning.
My uncle had issues with sleepwalking, and he was on a houseboat and walked off the boat.
Oh my god, I couldn't imagine that.
Woke up as he hit the water.
Yeah, that should be like one thing. That should be like on the boat application. Do you sleepwalk?
Yeah, right. Nope, can't be on here.
You can't buy this boat.
Yep.
Could you imagine being on a cruise? That's probably how people
God, right?
Like, on cruises, like, disappear.
No, I'm sure
that has to happen. Like, you just walk right off board and that's it.
There was one recently where a woman died on a cruise. She had fallen from like the top deck or something.
Oh, wow.
They were investigating it as a homicide.
Yeah,
from what I was
reading. Sleepwalking.
She probably.
Yeah, but
cruises, man.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you had sleep paralysis too. So
yeah, it's very rare that it'll happen. And when it does, like normally, like I said, it's when I roll over and I'll get one or two arms caught underneath me and I'm laying on top of them.
There's like a sweet spot. Yeah.
And I wake up and I'm awake enough. Like Kim's asked me, she's like, "Why don't you just like try to yell out or something?"
Why don't you just slap me?
I'm like, more what I go through is like I feel the need to move.
Yeah.
Like, I just
and you're just like dead weight.
I feel all my muscles like tense up and I'm trying to move and it's just
exactly
it takes everything for me to wake up.
Oh, it's the worst.
Oh God, it hurts and it's so uncomfortable.
And then it's like you read about like it's like like there's like all this like religious like stuff behind like sleep paralysis, like about demons pulling you down. Or something
hell,
like that.
my first thing like it was just. Because I had felt it like in the past, I'd felt it before, and I was like, "This is just weird dreams or something," and I didn't know how to describe it to anybody without anybody understanding what I was talking about.
I didn't know it was a thing until I was like 18.
Yeah. Shit, even older than that. Like I was in my 20s before I found out it was a legit thing, and once I did, it was like, okay, cool.
You read
like,
about it, and you're like, holy crap!
You feel okay almost. Yeah. It's because you know that it's not just you. Like it's not something weird and dumb. It's something somewhat normal or somewhat common that people go through. Yeah, it's. Like you can cope with it, and once you kind of learn about it, and you're like, okay, like I'm in the situation. This is just what I got to do.
Yeah.
But your first couple times, it's scary as shit.
Oh yeah, I think I had full on panic attacks like the first couple times.
I always feel like I can't breathe. Like there's a weight on my chest. Yeah. And like I feel like just trapped, like wrapped up like a mummy.
And as long as I can remember, I feel like I can't remember when it started, but I feel like I've always had it.
Mine started in my 20s, like probably early to mid 20s is when I first started getting it.
Yeah, it's always, here and there. It's been a while, but now that we're talking about it, it'll probably have
something else in common. Too sweet to that shit.
Sweet for sleep paralysis. That's the name of the show.
Yeah, sweet paralysis or too sweet paralysis.
Sleep paralysis.
There you go. Oh man.
So we had a lot of stuff going on. Like,
let's get into what you've been up to. What have you done lately? Have you watched anything? Have you played anything? Like,
I listened to all the Logan. The life of Matt. I listened to the whole Logan podcast.
What'd you think?
I loved it.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the Wolverine one.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And so I just listened to it like how you did. I just binged the whole.
You like the twist at
episodes.
the end?
Yes, I love the twist.
Yeah.
So good.
I knew something was up. We'll call spoilers. We'll give you 5, 4, 3. I'd say skip ahead 10
skip
seconds.
Skip ahead
20 seconds.
2 minutes.
There you go. You think we're going to binge that much?
1 minute. Yeah.
1 minute. All right. I thought they were S.H.I.E.L.D. agents.
Yes.
For the majority of it.
Yeah.
And then come to find out they're Sentinels.
Yeah.
Like the 2 agents that are after him. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Like it's like what 2 episodes ago or. It's like 2 episodes before, and they're talking about like I'm not programmed for this or something like that.
Yeah, I was
but I already knew something like 3 episodes in, like with the female agent. I was just like, there's something about this. Like I wasn't picking. Because he was more human.
Yes,
but
she was more procedural,
like, straight to the point.
I figured.
I don't care. Yeah.
What I figured is they were like some sort of agents, either S.H.I.E.L.D. or Weapon X agents. And, like they were working for Weapon X, trying to track.
I thought they were Weapon X
too. And I figured she was like the grizzled vet, and he was like a guy who she had just been assigned.
Yeah,
and that's why they had the personality difference. And then you find out like he's a newer model, and he's made to feel feelings and stuff, and she's not. It was really damn good. Yeah. I love that you don't really get Wolverine until you're like 4 or 5 episodes in. Yeah. Like you're pretty far in before he even makes an appearance.
Richard Armitage.
Armitage, yes.
Armitage. I forgot what character he was in, but he was in The Hobbit. He was. I forgot the character's name. And
Scott Adsit did really good as the sheriff too.
Yeah, all of them are great. Like they were such good actors.
They paint such a good picture in that.
Yeah, podcast. And it's so good. Like it's perfect to listen to like while you're driving, and that's what I did.
They're only 30-minute episodes.
Yeah, so
I did all of them on one drive.
Yeah,
like, it was just so easy. I was in a 5-hour drive, and there's 10 episodes.
My boss was like away, like at meetings here in town. And so it was just me there at work, and so I just listened to the whole thing all day.
It's perfect for
and it finished like I was able to watch it or listen to it all.
We're running off.
Looks like we're not
the wrong audio.
Yeah, we got the wrong audio going, or no audio at all.
No audio at all, probably.
No audio at all on Twitch. So if you're watching on Twitch, our bad guys.
We're just gonna shut it.
Just shut it down. Yeah, we're fine. And so I thought it was really good. I mean, I really really enjoyed it. I love it. I hope they do more of those because they're really fun.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was really cool. Who else would you want to see? I mean, if they did some sort of episodic podcast,
I think there's still like more stories to explore. I like the Logan series. Maybe like a Punisher.
I like the darker one. So I think Punisher or Venom or something
Punisher would be good. A Venom would be good.
I think Punisher would probably be better because you could do it more realistic and gritty.
Yeah, because it's more like crime based. Yeah.
You could do almost like a true crime podcast.
Yeah, almost maybe even like a Daredevil.
Yeah,
like more so like investigating.
You want to use that as a segue? We can talk about some Daredevil.
Gosh, yeah, so season 3 of Daredevil is the last season of Daredevil we'll see on Netflix.
On Netflix. Yeah. Netflix did say in one of their statements that Daredevil will live on in future Marvel projects. Yeah. The writing's on the wall in this, in my opinion. Like every Marvel show on Netflix is now being canceled.
Now it's like definitely you're like, oh, okay.
You've got to know Disney and Marvel are just not renewing on Netflix because next year is the Disney. I don't even know the name of it. The
Disney
Go or Disney something. But the Disney streaming app is going to start in 2019. So you know for a fact that that's why all of these Marvel properties are being canceled because Disney wants the rights to them on their streaming app.
Yeah.
Is there a name
Disney
for it?
Play.
Disney Play.
Yeah, I just Googled it.
Disney Play is a thing already.
Disney streaming service named Disney Play.
That's already a thing. That's because my daughter watches her cartoons and stuff on Disney Play.
That's Disney Go.
That is Disney Go?
Yeah.
Okay, so Disney
I'll show you
Play
that right
then.
now.
Okay. No, you're right. You're good.
Yeah. That's how I played the zombies watch along.
Oh God, yeah, you know that Disney then. Go. You know that then.
I did pretty good. I was on the leaderboards.
Were you? Yeah, you said that. That was right.
Man, I worked all night towards that leaderboard and I made it.
Good
awesome.
job.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Iger has suggested that the price will be far less than Netflix's $8.99 base. That's not even the fee anymore, and it's like a $12.99 fee for Netflix.
Yeah,
now,
for
right?
Netflix now.
This was written back in August of 2017.
I'll pay for the Disney one because you got to think with them having rights to Fox and everything else, like you're going to get
the
a lot of stuff
Mandalorian alone is worth the price. Yeah. So it's like
someone just signed on to the
Mandalorian. It's like, come on, watch it. Yeah, I think somebody from Game of Thrones. Yeah,
I think so. I think you're
if
right.
every movie eventually goes to the app, like that's great. I think that's fantastic.
Even the TV shows, and like I said, Fox. Like you're gonna have the rights to Fox, so you might even see just straight up Fox TV shows.
Yeah,
going there.
I just think it's great. I'm really looking forward to.
Nick Nolte joined The Mandalorian.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Time to drunk it up.
I really want to see The Mandalorian. I think that's going to be really good. And
that's really
is that the one that's Jon Favreau?
Yes,
thought so.
Yeah.
So
today, while you're listening to the show, on Monday, Jeremy just clicked on the link.
Yep.
The new poster for Captain Marvel Shines Bright is out.
But on Monday Night
Football. Or you can just wait till halftime and just go to YouTube. You can see the new Captain Marvel preview finally.
Yep.
Yeah, so this will probably be the last trailer.
Yeah, because we're within 100 days. So last week, the big rumor was Monday. We had just gotten, about 2 weeks ago, we got the Lion King trailer.
Yes.
And then the rumors last week were Tuesday, we were supposed to see an unnamed Disney movie trailer. And then Wednesday, we were supposed to get Avengers.
Yeah.
So Tuesday came, and we actually got one. And the speculation was that it was going to be Frozen 2. And we got Artemis Fowl, which was a great trailer.
It looks good. I wasn't aware that Disney had the rights to Artemis Fowl.
Neither was I until you told me.
Yeah.
And I don't know a lot about Artemis Fowl. Like I know of the books and stuff like that. And now my wife, I showed her the trailer. She's going to start reading all the books because she was so interested.
I think the first book is like for free in Apple.
The trailer looks so cool though. Like I think that's going to be a really Disney's doing a good job. Like we watched Wrinkle in Time and it was kind of cheesy at points, but it was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
I think they're doing a good job with this like young adult audience and those kind of things.
Yeah, that's what they're hitting now. Yeah.
Which supposedly Frozen 2 is supposed to be a young adult movie.
Okay.
More than a kids movie. And this is supposed to be almost a coming out for Elsa, they say, because she's supposed to be portrayed as a gay character.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Which my wife and I had to talk about. I was like, I think that's amazing. Yeah. Like that's going to cater to some people who are young, even kids, like maybe even my daughter's age or younger or older.
Don't go watch Frozen.
That don't know, you know what I mean? Like they it's going to be a role model for somebody, and that's what I think is going to be the best part of that. But
I forgot what I was watching.
There's a Frozen trailer of sorts out. Have you seen the end credit scene for Wreck-It Ralph?
No.
We went and watched Wreck-It Ralph, and there's two end credit scene. Oh, Wreck-It Ralph is great.
Awesome.
It is amazing. There's so much.
I was going to take
Jason Mantzoukas is in it.
Oh, that's great.
And he's really quick. He's a character asking questions to Baby Groot.
Okay.
So he's like, and he even goes by, did you ever listen or watch Comedy Bang Bang?
Yes.
And he had Hang On Man instead of Hang On Man. He'd always call himself Hang On Man. Yeah. That's his name in the movie.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
there's Baby Groot is in the movie, and it says that he's voiced by Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
But there's so many references. What I told my wife it reminded me of is a good version of the Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
Because how the Emoji Movie is going through all the apps on the phone, it goes through the internet.
Oh, okay.
And it's got some really cool stuff in it. But the after credits are great. There's one of them that none of them are real spoilerish, but there's one about halfway through that is it's a baby Moana in the back seat playing on her tablet.
Yeah, it's that I saw
she's complaining about. She's like, "Oh, I hate it when they don't show scenes in the movies that weren't in the credits or something, or that weren't in the trailer."
Yeah.
And they go to a scene that wasn't in the trailer, and it's baby Moana playing on her tablet.
Oh, okay.
And she's seeing it.
Yeah.
And then the other is at the end. It's like a sneak peek of Frozen 2, and even my wife's like, "Oh my god!" And then it starts playing Rick Astley, and it's Wreck-It Ralph dancing to Never Gonna Give You Up. So he rickrolls everybody.
That's great.
Is a really smart.
That's awesome.
It's pretty damn good. It's a good movie though.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah.
I probably want to go again. Like
That's
I would
cool.
go take my kids to go see that.
Yeah,
movie
I was thinking
again.
about taking Ezra during Thanksgiving break, but we just got too busy.
We went on Thanksgiving.
And then that would have been a good day to go on, huh? And
we
then
try to go like Thanksgiving and Christmas. We always try to go to a movie.
the last time I went to a movie on Christmas, I think I went and took my nieces to go see Star Wars.
I want to go
fun.
see.
That was pretty fun.
I didn't get to see Creed yet.
Oh, okay.
And I'm desperate to watch Creed.
This is supposedly the last incarnation of Rocky Balboa. We'll see. Yeah,
which, I mean, writing's on the wall. If you watch Creed, the first one, spoilers, Rocky has cancer. So you kind of knew something had happened.
Hey, Adrian, I got cancer. Adrian's dead already.
I'm already losing it from the stuff talking to Adrian,
Wasn't he like kind of blind in one of the Rockies?
I don't know.
Like, now
maybe that was in that terrible
Rocky
Balboa movie. I don't
the one
remember
with the one with the robot.
That was 5, wasn't it?
5?
Or 4? I don't know.
This robot has cocaine.
Yeah, right. God, I could just picture the robot coming in with like a silver platter.
You don't remember?
Rocky, have your cocaine.
You remember that reference?
Yes.
From Glow.
Yeah.
This robot has drugs.
Yes, I loved that shit. I can't wait for another season of Glow.
Yeah, it's such a good season.
Season 2 was so
season 2 was
good.
good. I really liked it a lot.
I really like Glow.
Yeah, that's one thing I did during Thanksgiving break. I watched Glow.
Did you?
Glow, and then I listened to that podcast. Played a lot of Rocket League, and
Did you play any more Spider-Man? Damn it!
I did play Spider-Man.
Okay, good.
I played it with my son because he loves watching me like fly around town.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fun. So he likes watching. He'll grab it and he'll like it's already in the game, but it's already in the system, and he just grabs it and like says like play.
Play.
I'm like, all right, cool. And so we like load it up, and it's like it's Spider-Man, Jurassic World, and then whatever I can play when he's not around.
Right, wrestling.
So, yeah. But Jurassic World has that new DLC.
Yes, I saw that.
So they have
the
a
Dr. Wu DLC?
Yeah, there's like 3 new.
Did you buy it?
Yeah, I bought it.
How much was it?
$15.
Oh
yeah.
shit! It's more than I expected.
It's all new missions, and you get updated dinosaurs. You get all new dinosaurs, all new hybrids, and completely new missions. Like it set me back to 75% on my
holy shit
on my goals. So there's 25% of game left to play now again. So yeah, I was at 90 something percent on my progress. And when I downloaded the DLC and installed it, it knocked me all the way back to like 70 something. So there's a good amount of game to play.
That's cool.
Yeah. So what about you? You saw Wreck-It Ralph. And
I played an metric fuck ton of Red Dead.
That's awesome.
Last I actually looked, I was over 70 hours into the game.
Wow.
And I know I played more, so I'm probably pushing 90 at this point, especially with online. Because I just started chapter 6 about 2 hours before you showed up.
Yeah.
So I'm in chapter 6 of the game. I know after the game, because it's crazy, because I was in chapter 4, and it had already told me, like, you're barely at 50% of the story. And I was like, holy shit. So I had a lot of stuff that it has ramped up in a way that I didn't expect, and the story's just kind of pulled me back in and gripped me a little bit more. So story's amazing on it.
Yeah.
There's some issues I find with it, and it's the same gripes that most people have, and it's just that sometimes, like, I get the pace that they're after. Like, everything's slowed down. They want to make it more realistic. But sometimes, like, I just did a mission where 15 minutes of it was just me walking. Ugh. And it ran out of conversation between me and the character that I was walking with. So it was just silent.
Dead silence.
And I get what they're doing. Like, they're trying to, like, drive in the point that where you're going is secluded.
Yeah.
And they did that, but there probably was a better way to do it. And there's people I've listened to on podcasts and I've heard, like, complaining online and stuff that, you know, they go through this long trek and then something happens and they fail the mission and they have to do it all over again. Jeez. I haven't had that happen. Thank God. but I'm enjoying it. I started online. That we rolled out this week, the beta.
Great.
And they call it beta mainly because it was so broken for GTA Online when it first rolled out.
Yeah.
I feel like by slapping the beta tag on it that it's not necessarily a beta, but at least this way, if it is broken, they're covering their ass. The online is really good. I really am enjoying the online. I've been playing a lot of the competitive multiplayer.
Yeah.
And I'm way better at that than I expected in most other competitive multiplayer games I play.
I'm doing all right.
I've made a lot of money playing that. So my character is kind of rolling. I just spent $500 in game on a shotgun. So
Ooh.
yeah. I got a semi-automatic shotgun.
Big baller
so I
here.
am just
in
dropping
the Old
people.
West Online.
What else did I play? I started Fallout 76. My wife bought it for me for my birthday, and it was not good. It's not good. Like, it's pretty.
That's a bummer.
It's a good looking game.
That's probably why it was on sale on.
Oh yeah, they're offering refunds for that.
Oh really?
Yeah, because it rolled out the week before Black Friday.
Ooh,
it rolled out the week of Thanksgiving,
and then it immediately dropped.
And it dropped half price the next week. So if you paid, there's a ton of controversy around the game for like price issues.
First of all, it's not good.
Well, it's just on that point, like, I've played alone and I've played with people. Playing with people is the way to play that game.
Yeah.
I played with 2 other friends that have it, and it seemed a lot more fun that way, and mainly just because we were making our own fun.
Yeah.
But it's what you go to those Fallout games for is a lot of narrative and storytelling. It has none of that.
No, that's weird.
And I get why, it's a prequel to the other Fallout games. This is the first vault that opened after the explosion. There's not a lot of people, there's not a lot of colonies or anything built up. You're the first people coming out, you're starting those colonies, like, you're supposed to build, you're supposed to create this stuff, but all your missions, like, there's no, like, you're not even getting them from a mission giver person. You're going to consoles and reading and stuff, and it's just like, with time, I see that this game, like, if they add stuff into it, it could be good. But it's definitely not worth $60 to the point that, again, it dropped $30 in price. If you paid $60 first week, you're eligible for a $30 refund from Bethesda.
Wow.
Also, they put out a $200 Power Armor edition that came with a bunch of stuff and was advertised coming in a canvas bag.
Yeah, but didn't it come like in one of those like
vinyl bag?
Like that bag right there.
Yeah. It came in a nylon bag. So people are pissed, and Bethesda's answer is to give them $500 in game. $500 in game won't buy you shit. I got $500 in game for getting the standard edition and couldn't buy shit. I bought a cowboy hat, and that's all I could get. Like, it's a shitty make good, and their excuses were terrible. Their excuses were, first someone said, I believe the first response to an email was, it was too expensive, so we switched it. And then the next one was, we couldn't send out canvas because of we couldn't meet up to the quantity that was ordered. It was supply and demand. And they said that the person who said that it was too expensive was just an outsourced customer service rep. They don't work for Bethesda. I'm reserving my judgment. I'll give it time. Yeah. It's just not what I'm playing right now, unfortunately. And I feel bad for my wife because a couple of years ago she bought me Fallout 4 for my birthday. But I had already started it on PlayStation, and I was 10 hours in because I had rented it. Oh. And she bought it for me on Xbox. So I never really went back and played it. So it's twice she's bought me a Fallout game for my birthday, and I just...
See, my wife doesn't even mess around with that. She just doesn't buy me games in general.
I told her, I was like, if you buy me anything for Christmas, just get me a gift card for Xbox Live, and I'll just get whatever. Oh, wow. But I see it's got potential. It could be okay. If I'm going to play a game like that online, where we're going to work together and work as a group of 4 people or whatever, I'm going to play Red Dead. Yeah. Because doing those missions in a posse and stuff is a lot of fun. And I am the Red Dead Redemption boxing champion of the world. Because when you first drop into a friend's world, you have to party up. So you can attack that person before you actually party or posse up.
Yeah.
So before we posse up, I had a friend that would run at me and try to take me out with a knife. And I'd just flip him over every time and beat the living hell out of him. I'd get him with a fury of 30 punches, and there's nothing he could do. And a friend of his got involved and tried to fight me, and I beat him down. I was like, I'm good with my fist. What can I say?
Just punch
I'm
him
good
in
at
the face.
fisting. What can I say?
I'm good with my hands.
I'm good with my hands.
Good at fisting.
And I've tried to get back into WWE. I've played a little bit more of that. I was playing it when you came over.
Yeah, you were playing I was playing a little bit of Universe mode yesterday. Yeah.
I just don't get to play it a lot. I've been it's mainly Red Dead.
Same.
My wife likes the story in Red Dead a lot, so I've been playing through a lot of that. And I dig it. The story's great. And this is the first game that I've ever played that she actually wants me to do side missions.
I was watching Twitch last night, and I started watching Farming Simulator, the new one.
Oh,
and my son
a weird love for Farming Simulator.
My son absolutely loved watching it.
Yes.
So I was just like, great. Now I'm gonna buy this game and just get addicted to it. Yeah,
the shit out of 15. I picked it up for like $10 or something on a sale.
Well, 19 just came out. So.
I don't know what it is about that game. I really like those games.
My wife was like, "You need to get that game."
I bought one for like I think it was on $10. It was on Xbox, and it was like Sprinter Mud Runner.
Yeah,
and you're basically just driving trucks through the mud, like hauling stuff.
Yeah,
and it's not a very good game.
I just love sim games.
Yeah,
I love Sims. I
fell into Roller Coaster Tycoon on my phone recently.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Theme Park on the Genesis was one of my favorite games ever.
The Jurassic World game was like my sim world dream come true. And they finally incorporated
like management sims.
Like dinosaurs like sleeping, their sleeping schedules finally.
Really?
Oh yeah, so that was a big deal with the update. There's dinosaur sleeping schedules. The days actually progress, so you go from day to night. And then,
sweet. That's kind of cool.
It's totally now a true sim almost. I still want to pick up Dino Poop.
Yeah.
I still want that option. Like, I still want to be able to like clean up after dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like that needs to be a thing.
You need an option of Jeff Goldblum choking chicks.
Yeah.
Have you seen that picture?
Choking chicks.
Where he's just got his hand around some girl's throat?
No.
You haven't? I'll have to show you. He's like hugging one girl with the right arm, and with the left arm, he's just got his hand on her throat.
Oh my gosh.
And there's some pretty good memes that have resulted out of it. A lot of daddy Goldblum.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh.
So we talked about you said we talked about Lion King. The Lion King trailer rolled out.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it looked pretty cool.
It looks interesting. I don't know about animals. Like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
The Jungle Book one was pretty good.
I like the meme you did of like of all the scenes from the Jungle Book or from the Lion King. And there's going to be that scene where like Simba and Nala get it on.
Yeah. I don't think we're ready for that in live action. I really don't. I don't think we've really thought that through.
I don't know if we're ready for Lion Missionary.
Yeah, exactly. In live action.
I don't know, but that's going to work.
I like the cast they've put together for it.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be really good.
I don't know if I'm prepared to watch Mufasa die again.
Yeah. In 4K.
Yeah.
Be ready for that.
Crisp 4K.
And, I really like the fact that they brought James Earl Jones back. I thought that was really
Do you think
cool.
he re-recorded all his audio?
I would guarantee he did. Because I bet some of the lines aren't spot on.
Yeah.
They're going to rewrite some of that. I like that Donald Glover is Simba. I think that's a smart move. Pumbaa is Seth Rogen, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's good. And then Timon is Billy, the guy from Billy on the Street.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember his last name.
Oh, great. Eichner,
yes.
He's hilarious. Gosh.
He is. Again, I think their cast is really good. I love that the first trailer is a shot-for-shot remake of the original trailer.
So I've been watching American Horror Story.
Yeah.
The newest season or the last season, whatever we're calling Apocalypse, and he's so good in that.
He's in that?
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of
him and
American
I think
Horror
it's
Story.
the kid who plays Quicksilver in the X-Men movies. Is it Evan? I can't remember.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
about.
But
they both play guys who work for the Illuminati.
Uh-huh.
And they've sold their souls to the devil. And so they're working one-on-one with the Antichrist.
Nice.
And it's such a good, like...
I'm going to have to check that out
then. Like, I don't know what it was before about me that was kind of pushed away from, like, watching that show.
I've always
thought it was kind of weird. Like, I was like,
eh.
maybe it's too scary for me. But, like, when you sit down and you watch it, you're like, oh, it's really not... like as scary as you think it would be.
All right, so my wife is obsessed with Supernatural, and I know you watch Supernatural.
Yeah.
How would you compare it to that?
Supernatural's way more comedic.
Yeah,
but
like the same storylines,
storyline
like
wise,
heaven, hell, that kind of
stuff.
Yeah,
it's
so if she likes that kind of stuff,
she will. She'll like
more
American Horror Story, and they go full blown with the F-bombs like on that show.
Even better.
So it doesn't hold back.
Cool.
They just don't do as much nudity.
I just don't watch a lot of it, and I probably should.
Yeah, I started watching it. I really like it. And he's in it, and I was just like, well, if anything, like Billy Eichner,
yeah.
I'm gonna watch it because he's hilarious.
He is hilarious. I love the Billy on the Street stuff where he's just quizzing people, and he just like is over it. And he's like, I'm done. And just,
I'm done. And so somebody tweeted at him on Twitter, and they were talking about him on that show, and they're like, well, I'm surprised you're not running up to people and talking in their face with microphones. And he goes, well, I'm sorry you're not. And Billy responded like, well, I'm sorry you're not successful at what you're doing, which is nothing.
He's funny as hell, man.
So I was like, oh my god, this is great. So he's good. He's really good on that show. That show always has like an all-star cast on there, and just really good. So I definitely jumped on that ball way too late, but yeah, it's pretty good.
I'll probably check it out. So I'm reading through our show, our Dumbo live action trailer. Looks pretty cool. I think Tim Burton handling that was a good choice.
I'm interested to see how it goes. Colin Farrell's in it. It looks good. Danny DeVito's in it. So I'm just wondering how they're going to fill up that story.
I want to see the pink elephant.
Because the original movie isn't really that long.
It's really not, no. So I'm sure they can. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff they could rewrite and add in there for filler. I'm interested.
Yeah, there's going to be a whole side story with the human characters. So.
I'm at least interested in it. I think it looks interesting. You've got Aquaman trailer. I have not seen the newest Aquaman. I wonder if they're going to have
the racist crows.
Oh, right.
Yeah. That was a big thing.
Have you ever seen an elephant fly? God, I bet,
they won't.
They probably won't.
Yeah, of course not.
I want to see the pink or the purple elephant. Like the
that's
trippy scene. Yeah. Especially with Tim Burton involved in that. Yeah. That's going to be the scene. Like I'm paying.
You've gone to Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've rode the Winnie the Pooh ride, haven't you?
I have not.
You haven't?
No, my kids have, but I haven't.
Ride is an acid trip. It is
I've heard
a Winnie the Pooh on acid.
The time I was going to ride it, it was shut down.
My son was scared.
Really?
Yeah, he did not like that ride.
I have not been on that one. I've been on that ride every other one, but I have not been on that one. They just added a ride at Disneyland. He went
on the Little Mermaid one, and he enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
But the Winnie the Pooh one freaked him out. And there's a part in there where there's like a holographic Winnie the Pooh just like floating in the air, like going above your head, and you're just like, this is weird. I looked over at my wife. I was like, what ride are we on?
Really?
Yeah, it is such a weird ride.
The year that they went on it, because I think they've only been on it once. My wife and her sister took the smaller kids, and her sister's husband and I took the bigger kids on Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
So we kind of split up.
Splash Mountain was closed when I was there.
What?
So I wasn't able to relive a childhood memory.
It was closed the first day we were there recently, and then it was open towards the end.
My son absolutely loved the Jungle Cruise, which I thought
Jungle Cruise I went on for the first time last year, or this year. I saw your videos of it, and I was like, I have to check this out. Yeah. And the operators are hilarious.
A+ operators.
They're so good. Like, they draw, because it's such an outdated ride.
Oh, and they made fun of it.
So much fun with that. Yeah. The girl that we had was so funny.
He's like, it's almost like they're not really moving at all.
Yeah, they are. They have a blast.
They make fun of the old animatronics on the ride, so it's fantastic.
I think that's good. Yeah. Like, whoever decided to do that is
I remember going on it when I was a kid, and even when I was a very young adult, and it wasn't as sarcastic as it is now.
Right.
So I definitely, there was a time change there where they're just like, okay, this ride's kind of gimmicky. It's really gimmicky.
Let's have fun with it.
Let's have fun with it.
We are going, I think, next year, because we try to go once a year. I think we're going to go for fall next year and try to check out the Halloween stuff, because they changed the park. They changed the Haunted Mansion
Lego
over
Star
for
Wars
Halloween.
Opens up in March?
Probably, because they normally try to open up before the summer.
And, because I was talking to my friend that always goes to Disneyland. Mm-hmm. I ran into her at Starbucks like earlier in the week, and she was planning a trip out with her uncle and her mom. And they were trying to go in February. And I go, why are you trying to go? She's like, why are you trying to go in February? I was like, oh, well, that's Star Wars Land's going to open, and it's going to be insane. So we want to go before that opens.
Right.
And I didn't know this, but whenever a new attraction opens up like that, there's blackout dates
for annual pass
holders. Yep. So they can't even go. They have to pay full price if they want to go. So
they limit, like, for that month, there's only like 2 weekends that the annual pass holders can go, which is smart. I get it as a business, like, why you would want to do that. It sucks for the pass holders.
Everybody has the fair chance of going.
Yeah. You had Aquaman trailer listed. I didn't get to see this.
You didn't watch it yet?
No.
Oh, man, it's good.
I've been so kind of detached from Aquaman, but I have heard, like, the reviews for Aquaman are insane.
They look good.
Like, they have said that movie is great. And I think with Aquaman, I've been, like, hopefully, like, kind of cautiously optimistic about it. Like, I'm not dying to see it. I'm going to watch it probably for opening weekend. Yeah. But I've not been like, it's not like a Marvel movie when it comes out that I have to see it.
This is the only DC movie I've been like really excited for.
I'm like, again, I'm real cautiously optimistic. Like, I'm somewhat excited, but I'm holding my skepticism.
I think it comes out on the 21st. Yeah, December 21st and
14th. I thought wasn't it?
That says right there, 21st.
I didn't
so this might be the movie. This might be the one I go watch on Christmas Day.
Yeah, that would be a good one for Christmas Day. Are you going to go watch the Deadpool PG one?
I thought about it.
It's one night only on the 11th.
PG-13th, yeah.
I think I'm going to go watch
one,
that.
yeah.
I love the trailer where he's sitting there reading to Fred Savage, Like, that is so smart. Like, the whole Princess Bride playing in. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
We're watching Princess Bride this week. My wife has never watched it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, holy. And she's younger than me, so I get it. But, God, that's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Every time that there's a referencing on The Office where it's like Malwich or something, I was like, oh my God, like I can't believe you haven't seen this.
But she's like, and especially for her, she's seen The Office like 50
and I'm always walking around, I'm like, anybody want the peanut?
Anybody want the peanut?
I mean, she gets it from I Love You, man.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's probably what she thinks it's from.
Anybody want a peanut? What else? So you have Black Friday sales.
Lego Movie 2 came.
Is there another trailer there?
The one that premiered I think last week. When I wrote these
didn't see that one.
Yeah.
I think I saw a teaser.
Yeah.
But I think I might have seen
a full trailer for it already.
There's a full trailer that I think I saw, but it's been a while since
There's a lot of trailers coming out, so it's pretty good. But yeah, so Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Did you buy anything?
I did. I
What'd
bought
you
a few things. Sorry. I bought me and my wife, we bought a Dyson vacuum cleaner. It was
nice.
$110 off.
Nice. That's not bad.
Game changer. And bought a Google Home. The Google
did you
Home
really?
Hub, yeah.
Those are
so
fun.
I already had the little mini one, and this one is the one with the screen.
Oh, you bought one of those?
Yeah, that was $50 off, so it was really hard to pass up on.
How much did you get it for total?
It was $100.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's like I said, $150.
So is it the hub?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's awesome. I love it.
I thought about getting one of those.
It's
cool we've got the thermostat and stuff, a smart thermostat, so I kind of thought about that.
It's cool to have the full on like visual.
Do you have one of the Ring doorbells or anything with the camera?
Not yet. And
I think that's a cool thing because they link to it.
It doesn't work with the Ring. It works with the Nest Home, and there's another one that it works with.
Yeah.
But if you have an Amazon Echo, it works with the Ring because they have like a partnership deal.
Yeah, we've got an Echo, and my wife took the Echo to work because we just didn't use it in the house. We turned it off because with it being named Alexa and me watching wrestling, anytime Alexa Bliss was on there, it kept trying to respond. And I don't like. We owned the Echo. We got it for free when they set up our security system. And when I worked at Verizon, they had the Home. I like the Home. Yeah. The Home has more of a solid like bass sound to the speaker. Yeah. And the Echo doesn't. So we just never used the Echo. I just did not like the sound that came out of it.
And the speaker on the new one is so good on the Google Home.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I kind of want the hub. I've thought about that. I just don't know like if we would practically use it or not. Like if there's some sort of application to it that we would use. I feel like with the recipe and stuff like that, like I think that's something.
Yeah,
but we already have an iPad, and I use the iPad for that a lot.
Well, my son uses the iPad, so it's his. So.
And that's kind of us too. So,
but yeah,
I didn't get anything for Black Friday.
Oh, wow.
There were some games that I thought about. Like I thought about getting Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I thought about getting Soul Calibur again. But I just.
Yeah, I didn't buy any games. I wanted. See anything out there that I
wanted Soul Calibur. I bought it at launch, and it just didn't have certain features that I liked from the past ones, so I traded it in. And I thought about it for $30. I was like, man, for 30, like, but no. I figured I'd wait and I'll catch it when it's cheaper. And with me, like with Xbox Game Pass, there's a lot of games that I'm willing to pass on because they'll show up in like 6 months on Game Pass. And, I'll roll my dice and get it then. I really wanted to play the new Assassin's Creed. But I heard that game just does not respect your time.
Yeah,
like, it is. There's people that were over 100 hours in, and they weren't making a dent on the story.
Jeez.
And for me with Red Dead, like, I'm far into it, and I've put a lot of hours.
I can't put that much hours.
But I feel fulfilled with what I've done. Like I've enjoyed the time I've spent with it, and I've heard people like the grind and leveling up in Assassin's Creed just didn't flesh out for that.
Yeah,
we looked it over, and there wasn't a lot. The only thing that my wife wanted is there was some like the cast iron pans.
Yeah,
and she's like, I kind of want one of those skillets. I'm like, maybe we could live with that. We just bought one last Black Friday.
Yeah,
so there just wasn't anything really there. Last year we went on Thanksgiving and we just got some stuff for the kids, some video games for Christmas and stuff. And this year I even went and I looked through because we had some board games that we had listed for the kids and stuff. And
I didn't even think about that.
They were cheaper on Amazon on just normal price than they were on the Black Friday sales. So I was like, I'm not missing anything. So this is one of the first Black Fridays in a while that I didn't buy. Normally I go buy at least like one game or something.
I did renew my PS Plus subscription because it was like $20 off. Yeah.
Oh, I take that back. I bought Shape of Water.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was $7 on Black Friday. And you know what pisses me off about that? It's on HBO Go
now. Oh, that sucks.
But it was $7, and I saw it was on there, and I've been wanting to watch it. For $7, I'll watch it.
Thanks for letting me watch it.
Good movie.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's a good movie. You should watch it. I like it a lot. It's so good.
Is she blind? Is the girl blind in that movie?
She's mute.
Or mute.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
She's mute.
All right.
It was a really good movie. I liked
it
way more than I thought I would.
Well, it's a Guillermo del Toro movie.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So.
And it's like, I had heard, it was so highly rated with Oscars and everything, and it popped up.
Yeah, and I think he won Best Director.
Yeah. And I played a video for it for my wife, and she's like, I've wanted to watch this. I just didn't think you wanted to.
She's like, is this the love story, Hellboy?
Is this? Yeah, right? She's like, she fucks that merman, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, she fucks
They
that
totally
merman.
do it. He puts her.
Totally happens.
He has to fertilize her eggs.
While we were gone, though, while we were away, we lost Stan Lee.
Gosh, yeah. That sucked.
That sucks. I mean, we knew it was coming. You had to know it was coming at his age, but
94.
It's still
super sad.
It sucks. I want to know.
You got to think about like all these careers that his legacy like really affected.
Started. Basically.
Yeah, like Robert Downey Jr. The dude was always in trouble.
Yeah,
he was doing like Ally McBeal.
Marvel saved his career.
He did Ally McBeal, but he wasn't really doing anything else after that.
Yeah.
A few movies here and there.
Gothica.
Yeah. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is a really good movie.
It is.
But
he wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah,
and Marvel saved his career.
He went to like top of the A-list.
Helped launch Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt and Chris
Evans.
Yeah.
There's, Marvel did a lot for a lot of people, and even creatively, like
Chris Hemsworth, all the Chris's.
Guys like Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
A lot of his influence was from his love of comic books and stuff. It's funny because they were talking about cameos. I'm like, I think one of the earliest cameos was him in Mallrats.
Yeah,
when he was
Stanley
talking
was
to Brody,
in that, yeah.
and he's giving Brody love advice.
Yeah.
I had almost forgot about that. And then when I saw Kevin Smith posting, I was like, he was in Mallrats. That's right. That's one of his earlier cameos.
Yeah, and then you just think about like someone like Hugh Jackman, whose movie career was basically started because of Wolverine and X-Men.
And X-Men was always one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And as I grew up as an adult and I realized what Stan Lee was trying to do with X-Men, with his like social commentary on like class wars and racism and stuff like that, and how X-Men are basically being someone who's segregated and stuff, and what he was trying to accomplish with it, you really respect.
Yeah, you just had like two white people on the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Wolverine was Canadian.
Well, and a lot of it wasn't even necessarily that. A lot of it was
there was so much racism towards Canadians back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. The mutants were supposed to be, more minorities and segregated and stuff.
The comic book
he was trying to show,
like
this is how we're treating people. Like you're siding with these mutants, but this is how you're treating people in your real life.
Yeah.
And then everything that he instilled in Spider-Man of being somebody, with all his responsibility and all the power that he had with it and everything. Like Spider-Man, I never was a big fan of Spider-Man as a kid, and the older I got, the more I fell in love with Spider-Man.
Especially when the movies came out, you're kind of just like, whoa, Spider-Man's pretty badass and fun to watch.
I do regret, I know you got to meet him, but I do regret never going to Comic-Con and being able to
it was pretty cool.
Shake hands with the legend.
And to like stand there and be like, you're Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I think it was last year, a year before, they were saying that it was his like final tour. And I was like, man, I really should go. And I just could not work it out.
Yeah, the last time he was going out and about. Yeah, it was something to see him in person and be like, cool, man. Like,
Excelsior.
Dude's a legend.
Hearing that voice, man. That voice alone is so iconic.
Yeah.
Dude will be missed. I want to know what we end up seeing for his final.
Yeah, I wonder if they did do something for him in Infinity War. Maybe they did.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
I'm sure because they had
did,
originally
right?
said that they had like 5 cameos already filmed. So they had stuff in the hopper to be safe because he was getting sick this last year. So they like a lot of the movies that came out this year and stuff
already have him.
They already had his cameo. You've got to know at the end of either Captain Marvel or Avengers, there's going to be like a Paul Walker-esque tribute.
Oh,
like at the end of Fast and Furious. Was it 8 or whatever? Or 7?
7, yeah.
Yeah. There's got to be something like that at the end of it.
Can they play the same song?
Someone, it's not going to happen, but someone proposed on Twitter that just with the Fox Marvel merger, put Deadpool in that role and have him dress up as Stan Lee, wearing the mask, and have him just show up in cameos just to break the fourth wall in every movie. Well, I was like, that would work until you get a serious movie like Infinity War or something where it's got this heavier tone and Deadpool's in there dressed as Stan Lee.
There was the day that Stan Lee passed was also the day that Detective Pikachu trailer came out.
Yes.
And like both of them
how's that not on your list?
I totally forgot to write it down, but they were both trending, and I think Ryan Reynolds, his trend like surpassed Stan Lee.
Yeah. And
somebody wrote him like a friend of his was like, look what you did, Ryan. Look what you did to Stan. And he wrote back and goes, you know what? I think Stan would have appreciated that joke.
Yep. So what do you think of the Detective Pikachu trailer?
I love it.
It is amazing. Like that movie should not look as good as it does.
I'm really looking forward to going to watch it.
You know, there's a lot of backlash over Ryan Reynolds that people wanted Danny DeVito instead.
Oh, no. It has to, no. Danny DeVito, come on.
It looked so good.
Yeah.
Psyduck, like, it
They
blew
all
me
look
away,
great.
like, how tiny, and it's so, like, his eyes, like, they got his pupils tiny just the way they're supposed to be, but it's weird how, like, disturbing Mr. Mime looks. It is so bad. Like,
well, it's so good to see these characters like in 3D real world. And
yes.
I love it. It looks so cool. So
I almost nutted when it showed Charizard.
yeah,
I was like,
awesome.
I can't hold this in. My erection.
You're like, I feel so good.
Oh, Charizard looks so awesome. And I'm not even the biggest Pokemon
I'm
fan.
not either. Yeah.
Like, it just...
It
that
was
movie,
fun.
I heard about it and I wrote it off. I was like, this is going to be kind of dumb.
Yeah.
And then I watched the trailer so many times.
Yeah.
And it's just...
My son dug it. He thought it was cool.
my kids thought it was great. My wife thought it looked cool. It is wrong how good that looks.
It looks so good.
Like, that movie should not look that good.
Yeah.
What else you got listed on here?
Steven Hillenburg created SpongeBob.
Yeah,
Passed
that was
away.
kind of a sad one.
Gosh,
So
when
we
you
lost-
think about SpongeBob when it came out, like me and you were like 17,
We took my
18.
sister to watch that first movie.
Yes. And she was.
What's so great about dumb old Texas?
Gosh, and you think about like the show's still going. It's going almost like on 20 years.
Yeah.
Which is insane. So
It's become such an iconic thing. Like, SpongeBob is just a big pop culture character now.
yeah, and I think he had what did he have? ALS? Can't remember.
ALS.
Gosh, sucks.
Because I remember looking at it, I'm like, man, dude was only 57.
Yeah,
Like,
he was only 57. Yeah, it's totally insane. You put in on here that Netflix has announced they'll be developing a 10-episode live-action adaptation.
You
of
put that
Cowboy
in.
Bebop. Did I?
I didn't add anything to it. Yeah.
Why did I put that?
I don't know, but I didn't put that in there. Yeah, Netflix is bringing a live-action Cowboy Bebop. I like what they did with Death Note.
Well, a long time ago, they were supposed to be making this into a movie with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
But that obviously
I
got
also heard
scrapped.
something a while back about a live-action Bleach happening,
Yeah,
too.
live-action Bleach was supposed to go down, too.
You know, I've never watched any Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, it's so good.
I've heard good stuff.
Yeah, watch a few
I
episodes.
should, yeah.
Daredevil's canceled. We talked about that.
Yep.
You watched Fantastic Beasts 17 times.
I did not.
How many times did you watch it?
0.
You didn't go?
My wife did.
So your wife didn't go? You didn't go with your wife?
No,
You're a horrible
I stayed
husband.
home with Savannah, and because last year
She's the Harry
her
Potter
and Jordan
fan,
went.
huh?
She's the Harry
she's
Potter
the
fan.
Potterhead?
I'm not like as I love Harry Potter, but I'm not like
Yeah. What house are you?
Gryffindor.
Oh, she's Gryffindor.
I shared a thing with her the other day. It was 15 times Harry Potter nerds put Muggles in their place, and like the headline picture was someone with a yellow Jeep, and they
Yeah.
had a license plate that said Ravenclaw.
Oh, okay.
And someone commented on the picture. They're like, "Your license plate says Ravenclaw, but your Jeep says Hufflepuff." And just kind of shit all over them. And there was another one where it was a woman with a sign that said, "If Lily Potter had aborted Harry, then Voldemort would still be." Like, it was an anti-abortion picture. And they're like, first of all, Lily would never entertain that idea.
Yeah.
It was just kind of ripping this woman's ass. No, my
gosh.
wife and my son last 2 years ago. So this is kind of cool. Like, they did not plan this out this way. So 2 years ago, they went to go watch the first one together.
Yeah.
Because I actually, up until then, hadn't watched every single Harry Potter movie or read books or anything.
Bastard.
Yeah. But I've
It
rectified
happens.
that
It
issue.
happens. You rectified.
And this year, I hadn't seen Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
And we just didn't find the time for me to get to watch it before the new one came out. And I didn't want to hold them back. So I was like, I'll stay home
Yeah.
with Savannah. You guys go.
Yeah.
They went and watched the movie, came back home, took her photos, like, because she took pictures of them in front of the poster and stuff
Yeah,
2
I
years
saw that,
ago.
yeah.
Came home, Facebook notification pops up with memories 2 years to the day. They went and watched
Yeah.
it, like, back to back. I was like, that's super cool.
That's
so I didn't get to watch it. I saw that you put this in there, and I ran in there and told my wife, I was like, Matt must assume that I went and watched this with you a bunch of times. Funny thing is a friend of ours is having a Harry Potter-themed birthday party for their mom, and they sent Marauders map invitations.
That's cool.
And we're not even like, we don't even really know his mom. And she's like, you guys can come over because I know you guys like Harry Potter.
Harry Potter,
So,
yeah. That's great.
and I told my wife, I was like, we should have a Harry Potter birthday for you. She's like, well, you've got 3 months, so start
Plan it
working on
out.
it. I told her too, I was like, we could get she's like, everyone should show up dressed repping their house. I was like, we should get that. Have you seen the toy sorting hat? I
Yes.
was like, we should just get the toy
Yeah,
sorting hat.
I've seen it on the shelf at Target.
Have you seen the cups?
Yes.
Too? They've got the
I've
cups.
seen it all.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for
For
Harry Potter
Halloween,
like
they
merch.
for Halloween at Target, they had all of like the scarves for all the
Yes.
houses. They had They had like all like the sweaters and everything. It was great.
Have you ever seen the candles, the scented candles?
No.
They burn. The flame burns in the color of your house.
That's great.
They're on Etsy is where you have to buy them, but they're sorting hat candles, and I think they come like white, and it doesn't tell you, but either as it burns,
it's like the second recommended search.
Yeah,
Etsy sorting hat candle.
Yep, they're pretty cool. I thought about getting my wife one of them for Christmas before.
Oh, that's so neat.
But I got her a big ass Daenerys candle. It's a big black candle, and it's got the Targaryen sigil.
Oh, cool.
On it. It's actually out here still in the wrapper. Sweet. We haven't even used it. Last year, she got a little music box. It's a little a wooden music box that you turn the handle, and it's the Harry Potter theme.
Yeah.
And it's on her desk. She's got one for Game of Thrones and one for Harry Potter. You also have on there Into the Spider-Verse. That is getting some huge reviews, too. I am super excited. I like John Mulaney as Spider-Man.
My wife even thinks it looks good.
Yeah, like it looks amazing. Yeah. I am a little sad that we don't have Donald Glover as Miles Morales because in the Amazing Spider-Man he's Miles. But either way, I think what's his name? Who's playing Peter? I can't remember his name. Jake Johnson. Yeah. I love Jake Johnson. He's hilarious. Yeah. I like Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man Noir. And again, John Mulaney as Spider-Man.
I think it's Haley Steinfeld
as Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
Or
not Gwenpool. But she's also the girl in? Is she also the girl? Wait, never mind.
Haley Steinfeld.
Who's the one that's in Bumblebee?
It's Haley Steinfeld.
That's her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
She's in Pitch Perfect, so I know that.
Oh, gotcha.
Pitch Perfect are. I hate to admit some of my favorite movies. Yeah,
those are good movies. I don't know why you have to hate to admit that.
The third one kind of sucks.
It's Anna Kendrick, and she's great. And Rebel Wilson.
I'll watch anything with Anna Kendrick and Rebel Wilson. She's pretty funny.
Yeah. Steinfeld.
I also added in so we talked about it briefly earlier.
When does Bumblebee come out?
I don't know. John Cena's the bad guy in that, isn't he? And he's like the agent, like the military man.
December 20th.
Bumblebee is right around the corner?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize
20th, that. 21st.
Holy shit. So we mentioned earlier, and we never really got back to it. We talked about the last week fiasco with the trailers. So we never got our Avengers trailer.
Yeah.
And then right on Wednesday, when it was rumored we were supposed to get it, new rumors rolled out, and they said December.
Yeah.
It got pushed back to December. So a friend of mine and I were talking about it, and immediately he's like, Monday Night Football. He's like, it makes sense. Monday night, they'll put it on football.
Yeah.
And sure enough, there's a teaser trailer out today for Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
The new rumor is Wednesday we should see Avengers.
Yeah.
Also, though, we're supposed to get, whether it might be tomorrow night even too, on Monday night, or tonight if you're listening to this now. During Monday Night Football, supposedly supposed to be the, I think it's Square Enix, the trailer for the Avengers video game.
Oh, cool.
It's supposed to come out. So
yeah, I just think they're probably going to hold off a little bit for the Captain Marvel trailer so they don't possibly ruin any hype for that.
Yeah. And I think it's smart to push them a couple days
It's going to be so hard to cut a trailer. I mean, you can put Captain Marvel in it. We know she's going to be in it, but you don't want to put anybody that's dead.
Yeah.
That's going to come back.
So there's a book that's out, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's a lead-in book, and it's an official tie-in to the next movie.
Oh, cool.
And it did confirm that Eric Selvig and Darcy lived, the two from the Thor movies.
Yeah.
And it's talking about, so apparently, like, in the book, everything's normal. Like, the snapping happened, you lost a lot of people, which they're calling it the decimation event in the book. You lost all these people, government's still running, radio, TV, everything is still normal. You just have half the population. They're like basically what Thanos tried. Worked.
Yeah.
But they're trying to figure things out, and they keep talking in the book about a bigger threat on the way.
Okay.
So everyone's speculating the hell is this bigger threat. They don't have the rights to Galactus, so they're thinking it's going to be one of the Eternals.
Still don't have the rights to Galactus?
Not yet.
Oh gosh.
They're not full. They still haven't fully signed off on the Fox merger.
Oh.
So it's going to take a while for all that to be sorted out. So that's why you're not going to see. You probably won't see anything mutant related until way after this next Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Which is supposedly, we still don't even have a title for. We talked about in the past episodes about it possibly being called Endgame, but I think the newest rumor is possibly Annihilation is going to be the name of it.
I got you. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think more and more, because there was that scene where it showed old school Captain America in his first Avengers costume, and everyone's like, that's time. That's going to be, they go back in time. What if it's reality? What if it's a completely different universe? And you had everything in Ant-Man of them going the quantum reality and the quantum realm and stuff.
Yeah,
and they even talk about
he gets Ant-Man out of the quantum realm.
Exactly.
It's like, how does he get out?
And when you look, Janet Van Dyne is listed on the cast.
Yeah.
So Michelle Pfeiffer's in this movie, and she was turned to dust.
Yeah.
In the post-credit scene of Ant-Man. So there's a lot of questions still out there, and I need this goddamn trailer, Matt.
You need it now.
I need this trailer. Also, the Russo brothers in their Q&A last week stated that after this Avengers movie that they're done with superhero movies until... They said for a while, and someone said, well, what would bring you back? And immediately, Secret Wars.
And
they said they would come back for a Secret Wars movie.
And spoiler alert, they did confirm that Loki is dead.
Did they?
They confirmed themselves that Loki's dead.
How does that happen, though, when you have...
I'm telling you, that show's going to be a prequel.
You think so?
Yeah.
So, in the book that's a tie-in, Loki visits Eric Selvig. And
what's the name of this book? I want to read this book.
I'll find the name. I'll find the... It was in a Nerdist news post, so we'll find it off air.
And it's Darcy's character, and that's Kat Dennings.
Yep.
And
you're trying to find...
Yeah. Don't worry about it. We'll look at it later.
No, we need to bring it up for our fans, goddammit.
Darcy book.
I'm just looking up Avengers tie-in book.
Avengers tie-in book. Type. Tie-in book. There we go.
I want to read it, too.
Infinity War. I don't see it. Road to... Nope, that's something else.
I don't see it on here either.
The Threat of Thanos? No.
New
Infinity War tie novel teases Avengers for post-snap world. That's 5 days ago.
What's the name of it?
It is called... Let's see. Oh, don't autoplay. Don't do it. Today saw the release of Avengers Infinity War, The Cosmic Question, Volume 2, Aftermath.
Yep. I think that's it.
Called.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they said Loki visits Selvig in the book. And he's like questioning. He's like, "Are you here or am I here? Is this all in your mind?"
Yeah.
So I don't know. I still hold the Loki shit up in the air. Like, who knows? Especially, and even if he did die, like, how much of that gets reversed with it going to a different realm or going back in time?
Yeah.
Because I
agree.
You know, I don't. Not everybody's dead. Even comic books, dead
no one's
characters
ever really
don't stay
dead.
dead. So,
especially a cash cow like Loki.
God, speaking of cash cows, what about a cash cow of
in
Fantastic
Australia?
Four? Are you talking about that giant fucking
cow in Australia?
Jesus.
Oh my god!
And now have you seen the videos of the giant chicken?
No.
There's videos of a giant chicken that looks like a man in a chicken suit almost. Like it's huge.
Gosh, you said okay. Yeah, you brought up Fantastic Four. We'll talk about it briefly because we watched it. And Jeremy hates me because I made him watch it.
I took a few notes, and halfway through the movie, I just stopped taking notes.
Funny thing, I started watching this movie yesterday.
Yeah.
2 minutes into the movie, I fell asleep.
Did you ever finish it?
I finished it before I came here. I started watching it again this morning, and then I finished it today. It was one of those ones where you just...
So I will give credit to whoever played Reed Richards.
Hey, you know what? No,
he wasn't a bad Reed Richards.
The actors did an okay job.
No.
Yeah, they did.
The guy who played Reed did an okay job. The rest of them kind of sucked.
I thought my favorite version of the thing... Oh, here's my favorite version. Let's rank the characters from all the Fantastic Four movies. So we're gonna rank the three, like out of the three movies. Who was the best Mr. Fantastic? The 1994 one,
the 2000s,
the 2000s, or the last
I don't even know the actor, but the none of them, like in your ranking, none of them are gonna be from the 2015 one. I will tell you that now. I will set that standard.
Isn't that
now.
Sad that my favorite version of the thing.
And I like Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
And no.
So I like how they didn't really explain Susan Storm's powers.
No, she's just like, and she was never
visible, but
from like the waist down for the most part of the movie.
And
so we watched the 1994 Fantastic Four, the unreleased. So was this made unreleased as a test to like, hey, give us more money to make this movie?
I think so. I think
that's
this is
what
one of those
was.
like let's see what we can do. I think they initially had plans to release
it. Was like a treatment,
and it sucked.
Bad.
Yeah.
I love that Thing like looked like a Ninja Turtle costume.
Yes.
And it weirded me out, like the articulation in his lips.
Yeah.
Like when he would talk, they were moving way too much. It's like, this is creepy as shit.
And I didn't like that.
He said it's clobbering time at least 7 times.
7 times in the movie. I think so. There was a 1990 movie, Captain America movie.
Uh-huh.
And when it came out,
where he had like the motorcycle.
Yeah,
helmet?
he had the motorcycle, and the motorcycle helmet was his helmet.
Yeah.
I rented that movie when I was a kid from Blockbuster, and I had my dad rent it for me.
Yeah.
That
movie still looked better than this.
When you're watching that movie, 30 minutes into that movie, my dad goes, "This movie's a piece of shit."
Yep.
And he took it out of the VCR.
Did he? You never finished it?
He took it back. And he asked for his money back.
Did he get it?
Yes.
Nice.
Because he took it back within like 2 hours.
Was it at Blockbuster?
It's a Blockbuster.
That's good
it's like,
shit.
This movie is the worst movie. He's like, it's horrible. He's like, I'm not going to let my son watch this movie.
Good.
And I think he let me rent like 3 WWE pay-per-view.
Nice.
But yeah, that movie was bad. This one was worse.
So
and,
I wrote some notes. Did you take any notes on this one?
Mental notes. One of my favorite scenes is when they're breaking out. So Dr. Doom, whose character never really fully gets fleshed out.
No.
You don't understand his motivation.
No.
You don't understand it, like when he turned in. You don't understand. It's not explained that how he has that castle.
I will give them credit.
How he gets the henchmen
on their costumes. They are pretty accurate.
They are
Sadly.
comic accurate.
They're comic accurate. That's for sure. It's the most comic accurate Doctor Doom we've ever had.
And the one thing that gets carried over is the Thing's blind girlfriend.
Yeah.
And
So I wrote in my notes.
Which I think. So she's making like a clay sculpture of her at one point.
I wrote,
right?
"What's with the Lionel Richie sculpting?"
But
why didn't we not have hello?
She never fully met him. She didn't know what his face was. She's making.
She touched his face like when they ran into each other on the stairs.
But that was it.
Yeah.
Like briefly. Like how do you get a full face fill?
So stupid.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then there's like that point in it where she's like, "I love you." Like,
and then
you don't even know him.
Yes, exactly.
You don't know what he's done.
And then he like the scenes where she's dressed up as the queen for the jeweler.
The jeweler's queen, yeah.
It's so terrible.
Oh gosh.
I wrote Power Rangers-esque villains and music and camera angles.
The music was so bad.
Like every time they cut to the jeweler, it was all Power Rangers music. And then they had like those twisted camera angles, and all the fight scenes felt like they were out of Power Rangers. Like they were never fully fleshed out.
All the fight scenes, I mean, I don't think I saw anybody get punched.
No.
Or kicked. I saw 50 million people get shot.
First of all, this movie like definitely was off of a VHS, because when you watch it on YouTube, it has the play icon across it. What is with the opening highlight reel?
I don't know.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Like it's an opening highlight reel.
Well, so what I think it was originally a treatment for his show, because that feels like an opening for his show.
Kind of, yeah.
And there's a lot of parts in this movie where it's really show like a show feel, like where the doctor's talking to him like, "Oh, you're not gonna smash anything or catch me on fire, are you?" Like that's very like TV-esque like type of shots.
You know, in 1994 is when the Fantastic Four cartoon started as well.
Yeah.
I also wrote, "Why is the professor so angry at that chalkboard?"
Yes.
At the beginning of the movie.
Well, why are they in class?
Like, for what? Like, maybe because they move forward 10 years, so I don't know. But that professor is so angry at that chalkboard as he's writing. Like, he's just like, and like stabbing that chalkboard the entire time with the chalk.
How extended was the Victor Von Doom like torture sequence?
I wrote on here, Victor LMAO at Victor being shocked. he's just
he was shocked for 10 minutes.
And he's like screaming continuously. It was so terrible.
I just laughed the whole time he was getting shocked, and my wife was just like, "What is happening?" Because I was watching it on my phone like this, just giggling to myself.
And then even before that, what I thought was great is all the computers sound like Atari video games.
Wait, how funny is it? Like, so they're just like, the only way they can possibly solve this situation of like their reactor, which I think the full budget went towards making that reactor.
No, just the drawing for the reactor, because that was a pretty good drawing.
And so the reactor is going crazy, and you know it's shooting like electricity off, and there's a thunderstorm out, and it's all colliding together, and it's like the only process to trying to like fix the situation is not to leave the room, not to run for safety. It's to stand up and type on your computer faster, be like, "We gotta fix this. We gotta."
Yes, and I wrote age gap with Sue and Reed. Like, how disturbing is the initial like,
oh, that is really disturbing because
she's so young.
She's a kid when he first sees her.
And she's like, he's so dreamy,
and he kisses her on the cheek.
Marries her by the end.
Who
of the movie.
kisses a kid on the cheek that they're not related to?
Yeah, exactly.
Super creepy.
That's akin to Tom Brady kissing his son on the lips. Like that's where that.
But his
falls.
son's like 22.
Exactly. It was so disturbing. Like as soon as they showed her for the first time, like I was so bothered by it, and then it flashes forward 10 years. I'm like, okay, but still, like at this point, he's like 50, or 40,
huge age gap.
and she's like 20.
She's like, I'm never washing this cheek again.
Yeah.
Ugh. That was really creepy.
It was. Yeah. It was so weird.
That's one way not to do a love story.
And then I died laughing when they come back 10 years and they're like 10 years in the future and they're like, they've got the ship and like, we can go, we need a crew. And then they show up at the Storm house.
I got a crew.
And it's like,
you guys want to be astronauts?
Mrs. Storm answers the door and his exact words are, can Johnny and Sue go to space? And she's like, of course they can. And then it cuts to him.
They can go to space.
Like this cheesy canned
and
laugh.
how great is like just like the super like fast sequence of them going in space.
Oh God.
It's so fast. And then so you go to like B-roll footage of like the space shuttle launch.
Yes.
And then those boosters do not match up their shuttle.
Nope.
And they're in space and then they do the experiment and they have like that fake diamond that the jeweler stole and you put it in its place.
Yes.
Which doesn't look like a diamond at all.
No, it looks...
And Doom is just like, oh, they're going to die.
Yeah.
It just starts cutting to Doom like, oh, they're going to... So where is Doom at?
They never said Latveria or anything,
They didn't say anything. And then there's that part, so Doom picks him up.
I mean, they've got a Latverian-looking castle. I'll at least give them that. But they never said that he was in Latveria.
They crash land. Anyway. So the experiment goes wrong. They crash land. Doom makes it look like the government's picking them up, but it's actually his own.
Oh my God. And
troops.
I died laughing when the Jeep shows up with the American flags hanging off of it. It's like, this is so stupid.
So it takes them to... So they're in Doom's castle the whole time. It's Doom's doctor. And so eventually they break out, which they could have easily broke out so many times. And there's that part where those two henchmen are like, they have Sue, and Sue's in the middle.
Oh, those two henchmen? You know who those guys remind me of? What's her name? Bulk and Skull?
So they start shooting their gun, and Sue phases, and they just start shooting each other. But instead of like shooting one time and dying, they just keep shooting each other like.
There's one scene during the fight scene.
There and shoot each other like 20 times.
There's one during the fight scene where two guys are running at Sue and she phases and they go face first into each other.
Yes,
so stupid.
And then there's that part where Reed sticks his foot out and like 20 henchmen trip over him, just over and over. Like you don't see the henchman in front of you tripping and falling.
Yes.
Let's just keep running.
I love the first few times that they show Johnny and his fire. Yeah. Like his hand is below camera and you could just see a fire.
Yeah.
Like obviously he's holding like a torch or something.
Hand with the fire. Yeah.
Oh, even better than that is when he has to go into space.
Yeah.
Or when he's flying. And it's just this super stiff, rigid CGI.
Oh, yeah.
And like his body never like moves naturally.
It's not even CGI. It's animation. Yeah.
It looked.
And then it goes to full cartoon mode when
early PS1 was better than this.
It goes to full cartoon mode when he's like fighting the laser.
Yeah.
It just turns into a cartoon.
Yep. And then the world is like a cartoon. Like, and you can see him trying to fly past it. And again, even at that point when it's a cartoon, there's not fluid moments. Like he's in this like T-pose. Yeah. And then his arms above
so
him
random.
And he goes.
It's just, there's no fluid motion in the animation. And then so he stops the laser. And then Doom dies in like such a non-dramatic way.
Oh God, the fight between Doom
He just gets whooped. Like Doom does not put up a fight.
It wasn't a good fight. Like it was like stretch
punch 3 times.
Punch.
No, he punches one uppercut. For him, one for Sue and Johnny,
and one for being a jerk.
And he punches him off. And then Doom's like telling him like, "Save me, let's be friends, whatever." And then he just starts taunting him out of nowhere. Yeah.
And then I love that, like, after the fights, like, there's no explanation, no lead-in. It's just
right to a wedding.
Right to a wedding. The best part about this wedding is Sue's in a wedding dress and the rest of them are in their Fantastic Four fucking suits.
Johnny's still in his Fantastic Four
and so
suit.
is Reed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is right.
And Thing is playing security. He's like, step back, get out of the way.
Poor Thing in his underwear tights.
Oh my God. How great was it? Like his walkabout scene where he's like retrospective where he's out on the streets.
Where he's sad in the streets?
Yes. Oh, so stupid.
Oh, it was good. It was good. Okay. So Best Reed Richards. You said the 2000s one?
Yeah, I don't even know the actor.
Best Susan Storm.
Jessica Alba.
Yeah. Best thing.
Michael Chiklis.
Yeah.
Like all of this movie made me realize how much
the
I enjoyed the earlier ones.
And Chris Evans was the best Human Torch.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I agree.
Like those movies were terrible, but they were not this terrible. Yeah. Sue, you're close.
Sue, you're close.
So, on a scale of 1 to 5, out of 5 things, what would you give this?
Zero things.
Yeah, no, this movie sucked. I was watching this so begrudgingly. Like halfway through it, I was so pissed off.
$1 million budget.
That's what that movie had?
$1 million.
Oh my god!
And the only reason why it was made,
the poster looked better.
That was $1 million.
That's where their 1 million went, to that poster.
The only, I think the only, who was it?
That's going on our Instagram right there.
That is great. That's fantastic. The promotional still.
Oh, look at you guys. The Fantastic Four.
The Fantastic Four.
That scene where they're about to go.
Yeah, when the
they're
mom
in the
says
group home.
My Fantastic Four.
Oh, you could hear my eyes roll from across the room.
Oh, God. Yeah, so I had fun with it.
I did. And I didn't. My head hurts.
Yeah, we're never watching it again.
No, fuck no. Never again. I regret it. Like I know.
So you get to pick the next one.
I know you picked it. But your brother had tagged us in it on Facebook, and I said we have to watch this. Yeah. So it's kind of my fault.
That's all good. Yeah. It's fantastic. It was fun. It was fun to watch.
I don't even know what else to go with next. We got a normal episode coming up next.
Yeah,
we'll just discuss.
We'll be fine. On. Oh, did you see those?
I watched Bohemian Rhapsody as well.
Oh, good.
I forgot to bring that up. Yeah. I didn't. Really.
You didn't like it? Wow.
I liked it. It was a good movie. It played it safe, I think. The first half of the movie felt like it was the greatest hits. Like it's just hitting on all the story beats of Queen, and like how many songs can we get in? In the last half of the movie, it started dealing with more serious stuff, and that's when I started enjoying it more. Like the movie was billed more as like, we're going to see the drama. We're going to see what Freddie Mercury went through and all that stuff. And you don't get that really till the end. Yeah. I think this movie would have served better being R-rated, I think.
Yeah, which caught me off guard that it was PG-13,
yeah,
right?
PG-13. Yeah. Being R-rated, I think it would have served better. I'm sure PG-13, you want to get as many people in to see it as you can. Yeah. I get it. If it was R-rated, and if it just took more chances and it played a little bit darker of a story, I would have enjoyed it a little bit more.
Yeah.
It was impressive, the Live Aid performance, how spot on. And Rami Malek was amazing. Yeah. Rami Malek was great through the movie. Even the guy who played Brian May was great. It just, Bryan Singer took an easy road out, I felt like. Yeah. And I didn't walk away from it in love with it. I enjoyed it. I had higher expectations going into it, and it didn't hit those expectations. Again, I would have loved to see more of a dramatic story. There was a trailer for Rocket Man. Have you seen that?
No.
You haven't seen the trailer for Rocket Man, the Elton John story?
Is it? Did they show him canceling the concert where Kevin Owens?
Where Kevin Owens was there? And, oh God, have you seen?
Those people were in the seats already.
Yeah.
Like, how do you cancel
for what was it, an ear infection or something?
Why don't you just cancel the day of, before you're there?
They said that it was false, but there was rumors going around that there may have been a bomb threat or something, and that's why it got canceled.
Well, yeah, just let all the people go in.
But did you see where WWE shared it and said that Kevin Owens versus Elton John at WrestleMania, and a fan responded pissed off? He's like, I don't understand how you're going to do this. There's plenty of people that deserve that spot against him. Elton John could get hurt in this match. Thought it was legit. And Kevin Owens shared that reaction. Oh, but no, there's a trailer for a movie called Rocket Man with Taron Egerton from.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, from Hood.
Yes, I was thinking more of the Kingsman, but he's playing Elton John.
He was also sing.
He's singing.
He can. Well, no, he can sing.
Yeah, he was in the movie.
He's a very good
You
singer.
brought that up. He's a good singer, and he's you can tell in the trailer that it's not an Elton John track. Yeah. It's him singing.
That's
to
cool.
it. So, which I thought was interesting because everything with Rami Malek, he's singing to the actual live track.
Yeah.
He's just lip syncing to it. But they did a real good job on the Live Aid stuff. I thought that was really good. But yeah, I'll have to share the trailer for Rocket Man. I was impressed with it. I thought it looked really good. I think that's about it, man.
Yeah. I wanted to share a quick little story that.
Oh no.
No, it's nothing recent. My brother Eric, who lives in Lubbock, we're talking about bad movie experiences one time, and he's like, he goes, I was listening to your show, and you failed to mention the one time you took us to go see Power Rangers, the sequel. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I took my brothers to go watch the movie. And if you guys watched the first Power Rangers movie, like it was very CGI computer animation based with the Zords. But the second time they had the sequel, they just went straight to the show route. And they did
like the body
people
suits.
in suits.
Yeah.
So already I was annoyed because I was already like on the outs of Power Rangers as it was at that time. And so I was really looking forward to like the Zords kind of being like, oh, let's see how good the Zords look this time around. Not good at all because there were people in suits. And so 3/4 of the way into the movie, we're watching the movie. It's me, Eric, and my brother Jeremy. And it was back when I could drive, so I was taking him. So I took him to the movies. And this is the old movie theater. And we're watching the movie, and all of a sudden during the movie, the screen just has this melting effect. And you see like the movie strip just pull apart. The reel caught on fire.
Shut up.
The reel caught on fire and the movie stopped. So there was like a 10-minute gap in there because the movie melted.
Like I've seen that in movies, like, but I've never seen it actually happen.
So the
in
reel
life.
got hot and it melted the film and
Holy
it caught on
shit.
fire. And we didn't know. And then we looked up and kind of like see like some like something going on up there. Nobody ever came out to say like, hey, this is what happened. You know, just wait a bit. We just sat there.
Get out of here.
Yeah, we just sat there. And then eventually the movie started back up. So I don't know if they cut and spliced it or they had a backup reel that they used.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I totally forgot about that story. So yeah, that was our Power Rangers movie
That's pretty
experience.
intense.
Yeah, so we could have probably died watching a Power
You
Rangers
probably could have died watching a Power Rangers movie. Has there ever been a movie that you fell asleep in the theaters watching?
Digimon. I was working
Godzilla 2000 for me.
I was working, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one was pretty bad.
It was back when like the seats were like real close together and you could lift up the armrest, and I like laid across like 3 seats out, and fell asleep.
One of the Star Trek movies before the reboots, I fell asleep at just because I thought I would have liked it and I didn't. I fell asleep.
I fell asleep during Deadpool. Believe it or not.
Were you really tired?
It was my third time watching it.
My wife fell asleep during X-Men Days of Futures Past.
Really?
Yeah.
We had watched Deadpool twice, and I had to go to Lubbock for work, and it was actually I ran into your brother on that work trip.
Okay.
But I had like everyone always like went out and partied on these Lubbock trips, and I didn't want to. So one of the other guys didn't drink or anything either. He's like, my wife doesn't want to watch Deadpool. You want to go watch it with me? Yeah. The night before, I was in the hospital for a stomach infection. Yeah. And so I had been like, I hadn't slept.
You're still recovering.
They had given me morphine the night before. So I was like still kind of groggy on drugs, only 2 hours of sleep, that kind of stuff, and fell asleep in Deadpool. I was snoring in the theater. My gosh. And I also I fell asleep during Dark Knight. Oh, wow. We went to a midnight showing, and that's like almost a 3-hour movie. So I fell asleep for a little bit. Kim had to nudge me and wake my ass up. Production begins on Godzilla vs. Kong. Speaking of Godzilla,
cool, awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one to go.
I really liked Kong, so
I think that's it.
That's about it.
We'll probably wrap it up.
That was
for
a
there.
good show.
It was good. I think next week or next episode we'll just discuss normal stuff. Yeah. I have 2 weeks to come up with a banger of a movie for you.
Oh, yeah, you do.
And you know what the sad thing is, I pointed out, like I know Street Fighter, like every movie we've shown or we've talked about has been from 1994 so far.
Oh my God, yeah.
Every movie.
Fantastic Four was 1994, yeah.
I know Street Fighter wasn't the best CGI. Yeah. But it was better than this.
Better than that, yeah.
And Demolition Man like blows this movie out of the water.
How good is
this movie looks like it was from 1984.
Yeah. With the $1 million budget, man.
Oh my God, man. All right, guys, make sure to follow us on all social media at GOFO Podcast. We're on Twitch. We're on Twitter. We're on Tinder. We're on everything. Yep. We should make it Tinder. We're on Grindr.
We need to be me and you together on the picture.
We should.
It's a package deal.
Package deal. You get us both. You either get us both or you get nothing. If you didn't love us at our Smart Marks, you don't deserve us at our GoFo.
Hey,
that's what it should say.
Please rate us on iTunes. That definitely helps out in
leave a funny review too. Yeah, we'll read your funny reviews.
Yeah, actually, I think we got. Hold on, I think I got one.
We'll read your reviews. Period. Fuck it.
Yeah, we'll read them no matter what. Oh, I'm in the wrong app.
You suck balls.
Yeah, I need to go to the podcast app and let's go to GoFo. GOFO. Hey guys, we'll be changing the cover art soon, so don't freak out when you see something different.
Ooh, what are we using?
I'm gonna change up the font. I'm gonna change it up. Somebody said,
I like my Star Wars font, you jerk.
You like it?
Yeah.
That's not the one I'm using though.
No, it's not. We're using just the generic one.
Oh yeah, they said old nerds talking about nerdy things. Haha, what's not to like about it? 5 stars.
Who was that?
My brother.
Nice. Old nerds talking about nerdy things. Dig it.
Yeah.
So. I dig it. We're old.
Yeah, so yeah, Jeremy said follow us on all those things. And until next time.
Until next time.
Yeah.
We needed some sort of catchphrase. Like, until
they
next
didn't
time,
have one.
Go for yourself.
Ladies, geeks. The Geek Out Freak Out podcast is produced and edited by Matt Salgado and Jeremy Holman. Special thanks to Rock My Bit for the theme song.